Okay,
change.
sounds great.
Since we don't have raffle mixers out here, I'm gonna ask you guys to open your wallets for them.
So you'll be getting lots of information about our events that are coming up, because as a nonprofit, obviously, we do lots of fundraising, so we'd love to have you join us at any of those events. But I'd like to introduce Lindy Turner-Hardin, and she is the Executive Director of our organization, to kind of talk a little bit about some of the programs and maybe our CASA program as well. There you are.
Thanks, Shauna. You know, I love this kind of venue because a lot of the public speaking that we do to very large groups. And it's really hard to have an intimate conversation with people about the issue of child abuse because nobody likes to talk about it, especially in a public forum. So having the opportunity to sort of sit down with each of you and look at the whites of your eyes and talk about what we do is really, it's a privilege for me. Before I talk about the programs, and I'm probably not going to do too much talking because my voice is acting weird this week, and I'm going to have Shauna do it, and then I'll also introduce Jean Harden, who's the director of one of our programs called the Lisa Project, and I'll have him speak as well. I want to introduce a couple of my board members that joined us tonight, Jason Harrell, an attorney, and Ken Smith from F&M Bank. I'm delighted to have you both with us. And then especially want to introduce Denise Scanoni, who is a CASA volunteer, and we're going to talk quite a bit about our CASA program. We do a lot of work that changes people's lives. We don't actually do the life-changing work. The families do it themselves. We give them sort of a plan to follow to get where they need to be. But there are about 1,100 children in our foster care system that are just floundering because just one statistic to share with you, that the minute a child hits the foster care system, there's less than a 50% chance that they're going to graduate from high school. And we all know that without a high school education, you are certainly lost. What we do is we recruit volunteers from the community, extensive background checks, extensive training, Denise can attest to this, about 30 hours of in-class training, and then you do about the equivalent outside of the class as well. And once you've completed that training, you actually become an officer of the court because the dependency court judge swears you in as an officer of the court, and you are assigned to a child in foster care, or if you're lucky like Denise, a sibling group. How many children?
4.
4. And what Denise does, and has done for about 3 years now?
Almost 4.
Almost 4 years, is basically coach and mentor these children who have no one else in their lives that is willing to take an interest in them personally. And I can tell you just based on stories from people like Denise, and she has about 48 other CASA volunteers who work alongside her, advocating for other children. They are the people that are standing in the gap for these kids that have a future of uncertainty and hopelessness. And they are the people that are sitting down with these kids and telling them that their life can be different. And here's how you can make it different. It is intensely life-changing. And